Hey everybody, I'm SD Campbell, and welcome to this playthrough video of The Ridiculous Tale of Sena in the Tower. Just going to show you a little bit of how everything works and what the gameplay looks like. And let's begin. So this is the start of the game. We have a short little sequence here of cinematic waking up, looking around. Alright. And now, door, slightly warped oak. Nice little graphic here, magic on this door, keeping it from open. That's what keeps you locked in the tower. Look out here. Go back, check this door, look at Nix. This is the guy that captured you and put you in the tower. And here's one of the toys that we just put in. Nice little fantasy-esque magic gun. You can pick it up, you can throw it, all that fancy stuff. Just took in a look around. There's the codex. Right now there's just some stuff that we've thrown in about the game. Bottles, anything outlined in blue, that's things that you can pick up. Green things are things that actually do something. The map, you can see the map of the kingdom. Blue things you can pick up. And then white things, nice vista here. White things are things that you can interact with, and they'll typically give you board game pieces. You can see over there, you've got a couple of windmills in the distance and some lighthouses, more like signal lights, but magic tree, magic fruit. Here's a water pump. This is how the character Sena gets her water and her food, so that she doesn't starve to death. And then the rookery with the ravens. And just wandering around, taking a look at things. Oh, and there's a raven call, so we need to go back and take a look at the ravens again. And if we look over here at the desk, it's got an exclamation point, which means now we can start writing letters. In this correspondence tab, you'll see Adabok, escaping the tower. That's the main quest line for the POC. And Dear Master Glaspis CLA, good day to you, Master Nix. How's Crondoris faring these days? You didn't mention him much in your last letter. This is how the story of the game is delivered, through these letters. I tried to keep them under 300 words per letter. A couple of them ballooned beyond that. And each letter is supposed to sound different from they're supposed to have a unique voice for each one. And then anytime you see in the proof of concept these open brackets in the letters, this is messages from us, the creators, to the player, so that they can figure out how things are working, things like that. Alright, and then we can begin the puzzle. Very simple first puzzle. Zoom in, zoom out. And then we've got Adabok, magic tree, and simple as that. Just put a piece down and you're done. You get nice clothes. And here is Sena's first letter. You'll notice that it has quotation marks at the beginning and end of it. The quotation marks, we're not really sure where those came from, and they only appear on that letter. It's kind of irritating, but just a little glitch in the proof of concept. Now, if you'll take a look over to the left side of the screen, you'll notice that another contact has appeared. We'll get to that in just a minute. And then afterwards, you'll see add a box letter back to Sena. Again, try to keep it under 300 words. Doesn't quite work out as well as you might expect. It is a lot of reading, but it's very much worth it for the story of the game. And every time you hear the ravens call, you'll see new contacts, or you'll see one of your contacts turn this yellow color. The yellow color denotes that you've got new mail from that contact. If you just hear the ravens call and a contact show up, you have someone to write to at that point. See, we've clicked on Natty. We have Write in My Bestie. Escape from the tower with the king. Alright, we can begin. And it's still a simple puzzle. Not too bad. But, if you'll notice, you can't use the wood connector. You've got to use a bone connector. And then you can follow that up with a wood connector. And there we go. We are connected, and we've got our self-finished puzzle. Get a bag of flour in return. And then this is Sena's letter to her dad. Every contact is supposed to be at their own location, and there's supposed to be a set amount of time that it takes for the ravens to come back from that location. The king is in the capital, obviously, and it takes 25 seconds in the proof of concept for him to return, or for him to write back. And this is the first real humor beat of the story, is the explanation of why the king can't send somebody to rescue you. Kind of a dick move on the king's part, but things happen. Alright, now Leonard. Leonard is a hero that you are supposed to hire to rescue you. Again, you can't use wood connector, you gotta use bone, but you can use wood there. And we are all through that puzzle. And now we have Leonard's letter, which Leonard's letter is a poem. And the direction here isn't quite clear. You're supposed to go back to Adabok to write the response to this. But, like I said, it's not quite clear. Probably could have used a bit more clarification. But we'll go back to Adabok. We'll do this puzzle. He doesn't have a letter? Alright. Now, if you'll notice that the puzzles are getting a bit larger, this is a proof of concept only thing in the actual game. The puzzles are based on location, not based on an arbitrary difficulty that we come up with. Alright. We've got another letter here to Adabok. And you'll notice this yellow background. That means that is your last letter out. And this white background means that's your last letter in. With that contact. Alright. And you can look around a little bit. Check and see things. Laughing for crying. We'll do one more puzzle here. So we've got Nix's dirty clothes to Leonard. Leonard to Nix's dirty clothes. and then a bag of flour. And somehow or another, that gets Leonard to the tower. Excuse me for that. Alright, and if you scroll down here really quickly, and oh, there's a dragon guarding the tower, so it's not going to be quite as easy as we had hoped getting out. That's about it for the development build. There's quite a bit more to the game. That is the first 10 minutes. There's about 20 to 30 minutes left of the game, depending on whether or not you do all the side quests and how long it takes you to do the regular quests. But that's about it. Thank you very much for taking a look, and thank you for backing us on Kickstarter.